right, we have here Donnie Tate. And Donnie, what room are we in now?
We're in the opening room now. This is where we start out, opening up the stock, polyester and cotton.
All right, as we came in, we see these fellows over here working with something. What are they working with?
They're opening up polyester right at this moment. It goes into these machines. One of them's a GBR, and then it goes from the GBR over to our blending hoppers. These are the blending hoppers. This is where we mix the cotton and the polyester together to get a 50-50 cotton polyester blend.
Okay. Okay, Donnie, we're in the card room now, and what happens here is we see this first machine.
Okay. The fan back here at the back pulls the stock from downstairs in the opening room where we were at and sends it over to the fine openers. And then each fine opener feeds one line of cards, and there are 8 cards on each line.
Okay, now we see these 5 machines over here, and they feed the 8.
Yeah, they feed. We got 24 cards, and there's 8 on the line. There's 3 fine openers, and each one feeds 8.
How many pounds can they run per minute, or ounces, or whatever you figure that in?
We run about probably 1,440 pounds an hour.
An hour, okay. And so we feed it through. What does the card machine actually do to the polyester and the cotton?
All right, what the card does is it opens up the stock better, and it lines the fibers up. Gets the fibers, the parallelization on the fibers, and it pulls them through, and it runs over these cylinders. It has wire on them, and then it comes through the front of the card, and it's put into the can, and we'll send it from this machine to the next process.
Donnie, we're now looking at what machine?
We're looking at the roving frames now.
And what do they do?
They take the drawing from the draw frames, and they're crilled into the back of the roving frames, and they're run through, and they're drafted. The stock is drafted, and then it's put onto a bobbin with a small amount of twist on it so we can send it down to the spinning room.
All right, now we're looking at what you said was the finished product to me a while ago, and it's ready to go.
This is the finished product for the card room. It's ready to go to the spinning room.
Okay. Okay, Donnie, we've come from the card room now, and what are we viewing now as we come in?
All right, we're looking at a warp spinning frame now. We krill in the packages of roving into the spinning frame, and then it's run on the spinning frame onto a warp bobbin. And then the warp bobbins are sent down to the winding room. And you'll also, in the spinning room, you'll be looking at a filling spinning frame.
Okay, now, we were looking at this new machine. What does this new machine that you're trying here do? What is it actually, the purpose of it?
All right, it's an air jet spinning frame, and what it does is it eliminates the process of roving and the spinning frame, ring spinning frames. We take the stock directly from the draw frames and krill it in behind the air jet spinner, and it spins it with air and puts it onto a package which is already ready to be run on either a warper or on the loom.
So it's alleviating, what, a couple of machines?
It's alleviating two processes.
Okay. Another thing, we see something going back and forth here, a machine inside it. What is it doing?
What that thing is doing is this going along monitoring each individual end, and if the end is broken, it will stop and put the end up by itself. The operator doesn't have to do that, and it'll also krill doff the packages from the frame. When the package gets full, it'll replace the full package with an empty bobbin and start it up automatically.
So one person can run it?
One person can run one. One person can run more than one. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how many they could run, but they can run more than one.
All right. Now we're over in front of two big machines here. Now, what are these machines?
These are warpers, and the packages are run onto winders or krilled onto the back of the warpers, and then the warpers run it onto a big beam, which is getting it ready to go onto the back of a slasher.
Okay, we saw what we called a while ago the cheese, and they put the cheese on the back of these machines.
Right. You put so many according to which style cloth you're going to be running, and then each one is run individual end onto the warper beam.
What's this lady doing that we've been looking at right here on these two machines? What's she doing now?
She must have an end broke. She's trying to find the end that's broke and get it repaired and started back up. This is the slasher room. Now, once again, these machines, I think you said something about the number of rolls of yarn that's here depends on the kind of cloth you're wanting to make. That's right. The number of warper beams you put on the back of the slasher is determined by the style of cloth that you want to run.
Now, this white roller that we're looking at in the middle of this machine looks like starch. Is that the starch going in on the yarn?
Well, the starch is inside those starch boxes, or what they're called, and the yarn is run through it, and it's put onto the yarn, and then it's run over these big drums to heat it up and dry it out.
Okay. Okay, so we go from here into the weave shop, or the weave room, and we're fixing to go in there in just a minute, but what's going to be going on when we look at these machines?
Well, we have, let's see, 4 different type of looms now out here at Musgrove. We have shuttle looms, the older type shuttle looms, and then we have 3 different type of, well, let me take that back. We have 2 types of air jet looms. We have Picanole and Pseudocoma, and then we have a projectile loom, which is a saucer projectile loom.
Okay, Donnie, it's a little bit quieter here. we came out of the weave shop now, and what room are we in?
We're in the cloth room now. This is where they send the rolls of cloth after the loom been doffed off the loom, and they'll take each roll of cloth and inspect it for defects, and then they'll take the cloth after it's been inspected and roll it onto bigger rolls, 2,500-yard rolls, and then it'll be bagged up and tagged and put out in the warehouse ready to be shipped. These are operators' jobs. They have to look at it with their own eyes to find defects. The machine doesn't do anything but just roll it across a light so they can see it better. Our finished product, this is gray cloth is what it's called, and it's shipped from here to a finishing plant.
Okay.
But this is the last process. The weaving is the last process we do. After it's woven and sent down here and inspected, it's rolled up and ready to go.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, this is our final process, right?
That's it.
Okay, well, thank you for taking us on our tour of Musgrove Mill today.
I'm glad to do it.